Hi, Shalom, Mike and Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the positive elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach word, all true faith, and sincerity. And yeah, today I just I'm gonna tie this lesson. E is finished. Pretty much just want to touch on pretty much Andrew Cuomo. Pretty much he had posted a rap video on Twitter, pretty much trying to convince Jake to, take the jab, man. And it just further proves that this man is finished, man. That his wisdom is gone. Because, matter of fact, let's start off with this in the book of Jeremiah, real quick before we get the article and the video. So this Jeremiah 49 in verse 7. It reads, concerning Edom. See? So when the scriptures pretty much most of the time when the scriptures outline these other nations, it's always concerning judgment, man. So this judgment is concerning Edom, concerning the so-called white man. The spotlight is on him concerning this verse, and really verse 7 all the way down to verse 22. This judgment is talking about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. So it says concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts. And that lets you know that's the spirit the Lord is coming in. He's coming in the spirit of war. That's why I said, thus said the Lord of hosts. He's coming in the spirit of war, man. So it says, is wisdom no more in teeming? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? See? So is Yahweh Shema Shai pretty much he's cutting off the supplies of wisdom. This is another offensive strategy because the Lord never was on the defense, man. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is always on the offense. This is another offensive strategy of Yahweh Shema Shai, taking away the wisdom from Edom, man. This is the first steps to this man and his downfall. That's why when it comes down to power and rulership, the key ingredient is wisdom, man. That's why the scripture said wisdom and might are his. It's Yahweh Shema Shai. He dish out the wisdom, and what comes with that wisdom is might, is power, man. So this concerning this man, the first steps to his judgment, the first steps to his downfall is his wisdom is perishing, man. And by the way, this article, which let me go ahead and pull it up. This just further proves that he's reaching, man. And that's the only thing he can do is reach. So this is from RT News. And it came out 12 hours ago, yesterday. And it reads, unreal levels of pandering, which, matter of fact, let's get that word, pandering. Let's see what that says. So to pander, it says gratify or indulge an immoral or distasteful desire, need or habit or a person with such a desire. See? Let's see. Indulge, satisfy, cater to, accommodate, to go along with. So it says unreal levels of this. It says Cuomo posts cringeworthy cartoon rap video to promote the Crown 19 vaccine to so-called black people, man. Matter of fact, Salaki, let me see something. Okay, cool. Salaki Hakim. But you see this man pretty much, matter of fact, let's just read on into it a little bit. It says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo use of an animated rap video to urge black people to get the Crown 19 jab has gone down like a lead balloon. See, this nigga dropped the ball with this one right here. This nigga dropped the ball with this one right here, man. And it just further proves what this man think about you. He think if you can just do a damn rap, and then, he didn't even get an up-to-date rapper. This nigga got some nigga that was rapping 40 years ago, man. Nigga that was promoting Adidas and shit, man. You should at least got Uzi Vert. At least Elon Musk knew who to get by the way, again, Uzi Vert, you know, or any other these modern day rappers, you know, to capture the people, man. You know, so it said it went down like a lead balloon. It says getting ratioed on Twitter and called insulting, racist, and condescending. It says Kumo tweeted the cartoon on Thursday, calling it a great video and saying, "Let's fight fear with facts." The video features the 1980 rap star Daryl DMC McDaniels, formerly of Run DMC, telling his audience to take the jab so we can get back to normal. Yeah, so you can continue to be a slave. So we're going to play this video, and we're going to see how great this video is, according to Kumo.
I'm talking unity for you and me. If Doc says it's good, trust me, it's good. Now let's all get the vaccine. There is none higher. DMC, I will inspire. Time for us to trust and not debate. The vaccine, believe it's safe to take. 9 out of 10 people won't get sick. That's 90% effective and legit. This COVID thing is real and it will find you. It's killing our people. Let me remind you. Back in the days, there was polio, smallpox. Back in the days, measles and mumps, man. Back in the days, but because of the vaccines, none of those days. Vaccines, they work to trigger immunity. 2 shots, we got antibody security. We gotta act now. No need to wait. Get your vaccine before it's too late. For real.
Damn. Okay. So you see, man, this is what this nigga used. You know what I mean, to capture you, Jakes, to somehow, you know, motivate you to get jabbed up because some nigga DMC from 40 years ago telling you and putting in a rap song, you know, and you know what I mean. You want to get back to normal. So let's look at some of these responses to this. It says this is in such poor taste, and exactly why black people don't trust y'all. See, none of the fears were even addressed in this embarrassment. Was this geared towards children? See, and that's how they package. Like you, Jakes, you pretty much you still got the mind of a child. You already put it in a cartoon, and then you rap with it, you know. But that's what these devils think about you, man. Like I said, none of the fears were addressed. You know, the nigga even said it was a 90%. You know, that lets you know it's side effects to this. You still gotta roll the dice when you get the jab. You know, he even brought up the measles and the smallpox. They ain't got nothing to do with what the day is. Why you ain't bring up, you know, the Tuskegee experiment, which that wasn't the only thing that happened, man. You know? But it just lets you know, man, Esau Edom, no matter what he used, no matter what he do, all the time, money, and resources, blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this agenda, it's not going to work, man. And you see it right now. Oh, even Sean Hannity. Look, Sean Hannity just said cringe. And this is cringe worthy, man. You know? Get your vaccine before it's too late for real. See, man? Let's see if it's some more. Yeah, it says white liberals like Kumo think black people are so stupid. We need rapping cartoon characters to tell us to get the jab. I really want you to watch it. See? But that's what this man think about you, man. Here's what they think about you. You know? And you see the plan of the devil is backfiring upon them, man. Let's see, this is probably like the last one. It says, did you actually sit down with black folks and see why we're worried about the vaccines? Or just jump straight to the black stereotypes, which we are Israelites, you know? Because that needle, when they say they bend the bow, when you bend the bow, you know, you got to aim at somebody. And who's this man aiming at? You so-called Negro, Latinos, and natives, man. You know, but it just further proves that this man is the devil. You know, he hates you. But at the end of the day, it's not working no more. Everything this man had pretty much put in stock into He was able to run circles around you for centuries, man. Now it's not working. It's not working, man. Because why? The words of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, pretty much already decreed this man and his downfall. So no matter what he do, he gonna, at the end of the day, the scriptures is gonna come to life, man. At the end of the day, he's gonna have to end up doing what the scriptures say, which he's gonna come down with great wrath, but it's still gonna backfire on him. So this is on the book of Ecclesiastes 8:4. It said, "Where the word of a king is, there is power." And where is this word found? Here in the scriptures, man. This is where the power lies, because the scriptures actually, narrates reality. The scriptures is reality, man. Not what these people package and present unto you, man. The scriptures actually tell you about reality. What's going on and how they struggle of power. You see the struggle of power, man, now with this man, his rhetoric, what he puts forth in the media, his laws, his legislatures, his military. It's all a struggle for power, man. But the scriptures already outlined it, and it was already decreed who was going to come out on top, who was going to be a base, and who was going to come out on top, man. It says, "And who may say unto him, what doest thou?" See, you can't come to Yahweh Shem Shai and pretty much try to change the roles, try to change the move. It's already decreed, it's already set in stone. What's going to play out, man. And this man is finished. You just see the cartoon itself lets you know what this nigga think about you. He already set you, think of you as a child, insignificant. That's why we're known as the little ones, the poor, the needy. That's insignificant, So, but that's how this man think he was going to be able to, grasp us, and package and sell that to us by putting it in a cartoon and having some old rap nigga, man. I said, at least you were better off getting, some new nigga, some little whatever, little baby or some new nigga. But they got some old rap guy to come up with a corny ass rap to convince you to take it. But at the end of the day, this man and his counsel is perishing. He has ran his course. He's finished. And that just lets you know, it tells that we just read an article, it tells you it dropped like a lead ball. He dropped the ball on this one, man. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. The book of Job. So like Job chapter 5, and I started at 9. It says, which do of great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number. See, that's your how about Shema Shah, marvelous things. And both one of those marvelous things, setting up a base man. You got to really look at the history of Esau. This nigga actually, his domain is the mountains, beginning with Mount Seir, this caveman. And then he was brought down to a lower state. It tells you he was going to eat the dust. He was brought very low as a caveman. This man didn't have no real language. He was grunting, committing incest. The only thing that preserved him was those juniper roots. So this man, he almost took his own self out. But it was for prophecy's sake that he was going to be ruling at the last end, which it was Yahweh Shema Shah that put this man. That's marvelous work. You see Fred Flintstone now ruling the planet Earth, with fighter jets and, his military might, his face on the money, So that was one of the marvelous things. It says, who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the field. See, which the rain on the earth or the waters on the field is pretty much that what gives its strength, man. It was Yahweh Shema Shah that gives the strength. Tell you that wisdom and might are his, man. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. So he's the one that sent forth the power. He's the one that watered, this man, gave him his strength. But now we're in a time where it's being taken away now. We're in a time now where this green tree is being dried up. We're in a time now where this man is in the process of withering. He's languishing, which when you go into that word languish, it means to grow feeble. So pretty much each day that goes by, the so-called white man is getting weaker and weaker on every aspect. It ain't like he's just weaker in this category or weaker in that. No, on all levels, this man is growing. He's growing weak. You know, he's growing feeble. You know, the very pillars that upheld this man is being taken away. His money structure, you know, the very you tell you the lust thereof is even gone, man. You know, you got the what is called the retail apocalypse. You got a restaurant apocalypse. So everything, every aspect of this man and anything that got to do with power is being taken away now. You know, matter of fact, this is the book of Job, chapter 8, and verse 11. It said, "Can the rush grow up without mire? And can the flag grow without water?" No, it can't, man. That's why there's a question mark there behind it. You know, so that rush of the flag cannot grow without it being watered, man. So that's why you see the so-called white man that, you know, he's pretty much he's been stunted, you know, so to speak. With if I'm wording it right, he's not growing no more. He's actually decreasing now. He's actually decreasing, man. It says, "While it's yet in its greenness and not cut down, it withereth before any other herb." See, so it could perceive that this man has a form of power, but at the end of the day, he's withering, man. He's withering, and it's gonna be further proved when that wind come forth and he fly away as the chaff, man. You know that this man was it perceived that he had that strength. It perceived that he was still on top and had that grip of power as he wants you to think. But this man is withering, man. He's reduced to putting a rap cartoon up to get you to take the jab. He cares about you so much. He wants you to take the jab. And he's going to pack it to you by way of a song and dance on a cartoon, man. He let you know this nigga finished, man. You know, and Jake, now you see Jake seeing right through it. See, you had him with BET. You had him with McDonald's and, you know, this nigga culture, this black culture. You had him there, man. But now we're in a time when you really need people to bite on this, and it's not working now. Why the scripture says you're not going to come into your perfection, man. You know, but you see what the so-called white man has been reduced to. A rap song by the way of a cartoon, you know. So this back at Job 5, and I'm going to jump down to verse 12. It said, "He disappointed the devices of the crafty." See? So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. See? So this devil is now being disappointed, man. You know, he's not like I said, this is the one step he really needs you to bite on. And you're not biting on it, man. This is the one thing that he needs you to, you know, lean on him for. And nobody is biting on it, man. That's why is that word mandatory is being thrown around. You got these draconian laws. It's being pushed more and more to the forefront. Why? Because he know it's gonna get to a point where deception is not gonna be the tool gonna be pulled out the tool bag. What's gonna be pulled out the tool bag is gonna be the sword, and that's the time we coming into. This nigga is backed into a corner now, you know. So, matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Bear with me. Isaiah 47. And I start at 10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness." See this man trusted in his wickedness by the way of him terrorizing planet Earth, you know, with his military. He trusted in, you know, his science, his way, because that what got him where he at now. You know, by this nigga doing all this grimy shit, that's why he in the case he at now. That's why he's on top right now. That's what he trusted in. That's what he leaned upon. It says, "Thou hast said, none see of me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee." See his form of wisdom, his form of knowledge, it has went astray because his form of wisdom and knowledge and understanding is not even true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Why? Because at the end of the day, the results of what the so-called white man pushed forth is death. Everything got an end to what this man pushed, all the way to the trends. Just even that saying that was last year, let you know it was a time limit to it. Everything in this society is a time. There's a time limit to it. It's an expiration date. That's why you gotta always have a new phone every so many months. You gotta do this so many times. Because his wisdom, his knowledge is death, man. Ultimately, it comes to an end. So this is book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach 19 and 22. It said the wisdom, so like the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. See, this nigga knowledge is not even true wisdom, man. It's not even true wisdom, man. It's not true understanding. Even though he was able to, come up off wickedness, he was able to come up off deception and off the sword. But now you see it's catching up with him now. You can trick somebody so many times with the same thing, but it get to a point where you get it now. It get to a point where now you can trick them. This man in his military, you were terrorizing everybody throughout the planet Earth. Now everybody on the earth is ganging up against you now. It's catching up with them. You're not going to get away. It tells you it is marvel if one escape unpunished. And all the things you have done, we know damn so that you're going to get what you got coming to you, man. You earn it. See, Esau earning his judgment, man. The scriptures say Obadiah 18 verse, man. You know about Obadiah 18 verse. He got to live up to that. He got to do something for that scripture that take place, man. So this man living up to that judgment. So this back Ecclesiastes Sirach 19 and 22 said the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudent. See, so even their secret counsel of the wicked is not prudent, because at the end of the day, all this planning, the time, money, and resources, blood, and sweat, and tears you put into this agenda is going to end up falling on you. It's going to end up being part of that. Like Wile E. Coyote. This man had one of the baddest inventions to kill the road runner, but he ended up suffering. He ended up suffering those evil devices that he created for the road runner, just like Haman. Haman put all that money on Malachi's head, built the hanging gallows, and he the one that ended up getting hung. But that's what you see with the so-called white man as a whole, man. So this back Isaiah 47 and in verse 11, it said, therefore shall evil come upon thee. See? Thou shalt not know whence it riseth. See? Because why? It's going to come from on high. It's going to come from on high. Because, it was, this devil was able to create the evil. He had his hands, on certain, he was able to set certain narratives, to create a certain event, by the way of these different false flags. You had certain, school shootings or mass shootings, 9/11. He was able to create that evil. But the scripture said this evil is going to come. He ain't going to know where it came from, because it's going to come from on high. It said, and mischief shall fall upon thee. See? That lets you know it's going to come from on high, because it said it fell upon him, man. Who he rolled a stone, he that rolled a stone on high, it's gonna fall upon him. So if you on high, that means somebody had to be higher than you to roll this stone upon you, man. So this judgment is from on high. Oh, that's why the scripture says, with the forward, the Lord is going to show himself forward, man. Because this judgment, the judgment that's about to take place here, man, that's why I say it's a day like no other. You ain't gonna be able to compare this to any other time in history, man. So it says, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. See? And desolation shall come upon thee, which thou shalt not know. See why? Because it's gonna come on high. This is not gonna be a pre-planned attack from you. Like you the one that set the narrative so you can create the order. No, Yahweh Shema Shai is the one that's gonna do this now. You know, it says, and part of that is, us waking up. This wasn't part of his plan. We had the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans waking up from the clutches of this nigga, man. This part of this is part of that evil that he can't put off. This truth coming forth, man. And it's only going to get worse and worse for the so-called white man. It's only going to get worse and worse for Esau. That's why you see now he came up with the rap song. We at that point now. That's where we at. We at that point where he got to rap for you to get you back, to get to, till you come back in the house. No, man, it's not going to work no more. It's not going to work no more. And you see it. The wisdom is perishing from Timmy. He's reaching with everything now, man. And it's going to get to the point. That's going to be one of the motivations of him coming down with great wrath, because he can't deceive you no more. So what's the next step? Just come with it with the sword. So it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. See? So, the Lord telling this man to continue on with your witchcraft. Continue on with your enchantments. What you have, this is how this nigga came up. Oh, it tells you that in Psalms 58 chapter. When he first came out the womb, when he was once again born, when he was born once again, when he came back into power, when he got out the pit, the first thing this nigga did was lie. That's the first thing this nigga did was lie, man. So the Lord telling him to continue on with that. Continue running the same play. That's why it says, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou shalt be so like thou shalt mayest prevail. See, so you continue on, because this is how he got into power. This is how this nigga got into power. He was able to run circles around you. He was able to, terrorize you, wave that his weaponry over your head. He was able to get you and catch you by watching BET. This black culture. But now, Lord said, continue, run that same play again. I gotta play for you. And this word. That's why you're seeing this mountain being moved. And this is not a smooth transition. You see, when you plug something up, that's a shaky and that's a rocky process. And there's nothing smooth about another kingdom being transferred to another one. Even with the Babylonian Empire, even though it was overtaken, in the night by a strategic, play, that wasn't smooth either, man. You was taken, that's not an enjoyable thing, man. But in this Babylon is gonna go out with a bang, man. But it said if you continue on with those enchantments, see if you're gonna be able to prevail with this. See if you're gonna be able to profit. Keep on doing it, because now we're in a time where it's not working, man. This man's wisdom is gone, and that's part of power. That's part of rulership, is having wisdom, man. And we just read in Jeremiah 49th chapter. That's what the scripture started off with. His wisdom being taken away. That's the first step to his downfall. This is Isaiah 47:13. It said, "Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels." See, he's weary now. He's troubled. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that word in the blue letter. This word weary, because he's troubled now. It tells you that even this message, it troubled Herod, man. This message troubled Herod, man. Bear with me. So he's weary in the multitude of his counsels, which we know. We just read the counsel of sinners is not prudent. So now he's saying now that air is catching up with him, man. It's catching up with him, man. So let's see what this word weary. Bear with me. this word weary, it says to be weary, impatient, to be impatient, be grieved. See, offended. See, he's offended. Why? Because it's not working. At all this time, he was using the same formula. Now it's not working. It says to be tired of something. See, he's tired of going back to the drawing board. Matter of fact, I got a precept for that real quick. It says to be tired of something. It says make weary, to exhaust. And this man is now being exhausted by the way of his word, man. So matter of fact, we kind of wrap it up. This Isaiah 44 and 25. It said that frustrated the tokens of the liars. See? And this is Yahweh Shema Shai frustrating this man and his agenda. Right when he about to get to the very end of his, to go ahead and seal it, top it off, the Lord is frustrating him. It says, and make of diviners mad, see, and turn a wise man backward, and make of their knowledge foolish. See, so they're being turned backwards. They got to go back to the drawing board. Lil Wayne didn't work. This nigga coach is not working no more. McDonald's not working. Blunts, cigarettes, anything that you could think of that played our community is not working, man. Because the Lord left a remnant. He left some good grapes in his cluster, man. So now he is to the point now where, you got pill bottles everywhere. He's drinking himself to trying to drink the pain away. He can't sleep. Tell you they're gonna be driven from their feet. They're not at rest. They looking over their shoulders. They feel that presence of judgment is pursuing them now, man. So now they're being frustrated. They're being exhausted, and that's part of that growing fever. That's part of them becoming weak. They're tired. They're exhausted. All of this time and planning and presidents and governors and laws and legislations, voting, all that is going to come to naught, man. So it says, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let not the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things which shall come upon thee. And we know, just going back to Egypt, you had Pharaoh and his two magicians, they could not, overcome Moses and his staff. It was a 2-on-1 situation, so-called handicap match. But we, at the end of the day, the scriptures outlined that, the one staff devoured both of them, Pharaoh and his magician staff. It was a 2-on-1 situation, but the right hand would always defeat the left. And that's what you see now. You seeing evil is being overcome, corruption is being blotted out, man, by the way of his word. And this nigga now he's reduced to rap cartoons now, man. So you see what Esau at, man. Great persecution is about to come, but at the end of the day, that's when the Lord lift the standard. And it's already set in stone. Esau, you're gonna lose, man. So yeah, I just hold it with edify. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say shalom to the elect that sees word, our truth and sincerity. Shalom to the listeners as well. DTA, a Bible ball. Soon for another